Hello there, Stephen J. here for another video. Right after the immersive video, you see that red one here on the left, and to the right of that is a custom Jensen power plant. Stay tuned to find out more about it. So this right here is a Jensen 65 that I went ahead and did a whole lot of modifications to it. So you can see here, it's now got a wood base. It's got a PM Research lubricator, PM Research being this, PM Research globe valve, steam valve, and a PM Research whistle here. This is a regular check valve, and that is a Dream Steam pressure gauge here, and those are mounted with PM Research fittings here, and that's a Dream Steam safety valve. The way I did this is these two fittings from Jensen, the boiler inserts are 5/16 by 27, 5/16 by 26, and PM Research makes adapters in 5/16 by 27. They bolt right in, and you can go 1/4 by 40, 3/16 by 40. So this is a 5/16, a 1/4 inch, and it's got this safety valve here. So I got that. This is a 1/4 inch by 40, 3/16, and then that's how I got the pressure gauge on here. And over here is a bit different. This is where the banjo bolt would normally go for the steam line with the 90-degree valve and the spring-loaded. That for the throttle, which you don't like because it leaks steam, but that's a whole other subject. This is threaded for, I think it's 1/4 inch by 20. I'm not sure. I think the banjo bolt is. All you have to do is you take all that off, and you get a 1/4 inch by 40 tap, and you re-tap that, and you can put a 1/4 inch by 40 fittings in there. That's how we got this T in here. Cross in here with the whistle and everything. It was a little bit of work. I had to solder up here some brass, and then this female coupling here, and so it took a lot of effort of trial and error to figure out which fitting to use and exact length. I probably should have cut it down to here and put the nipple over here. It would have been a lot easier than doing it all the way up here, as it limits where I can place it, but she works. Went ahead and repainted it, stripped it. The smokestack actually works. I'll go ahead and show you over here. So as you can see here, the smokestack is helmed in, and at the front there's a little hole, and that hole is where it comes out. So it has got a copper tube they solder on the bottom, and it's all goes through there to the bottom, and that's how the water drains out straight out there. And the base is raised, walnut. It's got little nuts underneath here that the wood screws sit on to raise it up so that way it meets correctly with the height of the steam line. And that is the exhaust line that I made, and then it's got some rubber alcohol fueled lines here so that way steam can pass through there up into the stack. And on the bottom I built another aluminum firewall so that way the base doesn't catch fire. I'm going to try to get this done in a little bit of a hurry, as it is now getting very close to dark and make it impossible to film a good video. Hopefully manage to get it all done tonight. And it won't set my house on fire. I'm just kidding, it will not set the house on fire with this. If I do, got fire extinguisher with me, so I got a cell phone, so I'll be alright. So go ahead and fill it up here. Now this is the same burner that was in the DR Mercy there on the right, but here I don't have to worry about it as much because the tank sits on the outside. What that does is it means that the tank doesn't get really hot because it's not trapped inside of a steel tender frame. It actually has a place to vent heat, so it burns just fine, as you'll see here in just a moment. Alright, fire in the hole. And it's lit. Now, so what I was talking about here, as you should be able to see hopefully on camera, is that it is indeed on fire inside there, and it is burning, but the tank has a place to vent, and it still has the nice brass firewall. It did have to widen it a little bit, in order to get it to fit. It's very tiny, the stock fitting there for the burner. I mean, these Jensen burners, Jensen plants are built very well, I gotta say, especially for the money. I'd pay $100 for the plant with a smokestack missing and a cracked sight glass. I had to replace the sight glass, but it's like a $5 part mini steam carriers in the United States, and the rest of it with these fittings, kind of expensive. I spent about $120 ship on eBay for the Gen 65, not reusing the original steel base plate, and about $200 or $300 of fittings. So you can see where the money went. But hey, works great. I have ran it, but I have not tested it with the workshop, so it may not be enough engine for that workshop, and this burner is a little bit small for this particular power plant. But when I ran it by itself, with the boiler not being too full, it did run quite well, and it does get 20 psi, so we'll see. Unfortunately, as Matt would live in Eastern daylight time, I had to bring the setup inside the patio. It got pretty much pitch dark right as it turned 6 p.m. So, as you can see here, the safety valve is indeed leaking, and it's at just about 10 psi, I'd say. I also had to top off the alcohol burner and mess the wicks a little bit. They're always a little finicky, but because it's a stationary plate, it doesn't bother as much. Also tipping the tank forward a little bit in order to improve alcohol flow. Funny enough, the front burner was staying lit, not the rear one, but just had to adjust the wicks. Now it's really starting to blow off. I'm supposed to blow off entirely in the 20 psi or 25 psi, that green steam safety valve. Whistle sounds good. Oh, moved. Yeah, let it go. Yeah, it has enough power to power a Jensen 100 workshop. What do you know? This requires $200 to $300 in fittings and a proper alcohol burner that got a ventilating tube on there, vaporizing tube rather, and it can make some power. See, Jensen makes the good stuff and they're cheap. We work on it a little bit, just as I was talking about in the previous segment of the video, some PM research fittings, or however you want to do it, to get a oil lubricator in there and a better burner. You can make some power on it. And that's enough power. Jensen 100 workshop may not seem like much, but those old workshops, they got quite a bit of drag on them. Swap the rear wick real quickly, as you saw in the previous segment, that for whatever reason it went out. It is what it is. Alcohol, a little bit finicky when you think you get it set right and burns down and get kind of oily sometimes. Out. But hey, feel pressure again. Go ahead and try to get it to run the opposite way this time. Well, you know, working like a charm. Alright, keep it in focus there for you. Around slowly. And both those bursters that were in the previous video. Yeah, the bone stock Gen 65 years ago, they repainted the firebox black, and I think I had a Jensen 100 workshop, and those were a 2-wick alcohol burner bought off eBay. It did not make power like this. I just bought another Gen 65 after I bought this one on eBay for $65 to fix up, see if I can make it as nice as this one. Now if I can sell it or give it away, but that's making this video here to show you things that you can do. You can do this to 75 just as easily. I just like 65 more because you can usually find them just busted up. It's a little bit of work, usually just replacing the sight glass for like half as much money as the 75. And I prefer the slip eccentric on the 65 over the Pro Stevenson on the 75, which is good, but it never runs as well in reverse as it does in forward. At least the 75 that I owned years and years ago. But your mileage may vary, and for the price, you know, I gotta say, I like Valesco is pretty nice, but I don't like the plastic they use, and the boiler seem kind of chintzy. I don't like the way they do the back head with the sight glass. I think that Jensen, they're probably casting the back head is much sturdier and they're easier to work on. I like that instead of having like 7 or 8 different bolts, it's just a threaded nut in the back. This thick back head works better, but that's just my opinion anyway. Thank you for watching the video, and I'll keep quiet here while I show you more of running.